The art of tattooing is an intricate part of human society. It has been used to display ancestry, religion, or tradition, and has origins that date back as far as 5000 BC, while still holding a simultaneous presence in numerous cultures across the globe. What causes societies to share this common interest?
Professionally, I'm known as Melissa Mayhem, and I'm a professional tattoo artist. I've been doing this for about 20 years, and I also research the history of sacred, religious, and magical tattooing. I mean, human beings have been marking their bodies, since the dawn of time, since man was picking up, sticks and twigs and bones and anything sharp and sort of maybe accidentally pricking themselves and leaving behind a mark, or intentionally doing it because it was sort of thought of as this a rite of, I would say, like sympathetic or symbolic magic, where if you harm yourself, it's almost as if you become resistant to that kind of harm. So a jab, a stab, or a poke, if you did it to yourself and inflicted and left behind a wound to sort of mark that, it would act as sort of a talisman to protect you from something like that. And if you didn't die from the wound, it meant that you build up some sort of a resistance to that kind of harm.
The United States has a unique aspect to its tattooing culture. While the act was popular among certain Native American tribes, it didn't enter into the mainstream conscience until the turn of the 20th century. American sailors visiting foreign countries would interact with natives who bore strange markings upon their bodies. Certain sailors adopted these traditions as a way to document their ventures, a sort of souvenir of the places that they visited.
Back then it was mainly like patriotic motifs. A lot of it was military based. If you were in the Navy, it was a ship. If you were in the Army, it was, U.S. Army type of a thing. Or people got tattoos of famous American presidents or symbols of victory, laurel wreaths and things, the anchor, popular military motifs, again, to signify an achievement or the fact that they belong to that type of group in society or that sort of military culture unto itself. And of course, you have like the sentimental motifs of hearts and flowers and, the hands joined together to represent either marriage, engagement, or friendship. Those are all very popular old-fashioned motifs.
I have 4 total, 2 fairly big ones, 2 small. I have 2 deer outlines and a bird on my side and a gun with birds on the back. The deer, I just like deer, and they kind of represent me, I guess. I just feel like I'm kind of timid, and deer are timid and they'll run, but if you mess with them, they will fuck you up, and it's just how it is. My birds, I used to just have a big thing for them. The one on my side I really like a lot just because it's the only one I have with color, but I designed them all, and the one on my back, I just like the picture a lot. It's just like a simple handgun on my left shoulder with a blast of birds flying out across to my spine. It's just kind of like a freedom thing, I guess. I mean, birds represent freedom for the most part, and I guess it's more of like a suicide thing, like kind of getting away from everything through the gun.
People are getting back into sort of old Americana tattoos, but with a new school twist to them. Bringing back those sort of military ships or the Rock of Ages and things and doing it in this funky sort of bold, semi-Japanese style, which is very bold and graphic. There's also the sort of going back to sort of Japanese tattooing, a lot of people getting phoenixes, kois, kanji, the little Chinese or Japanese characters that people get. And half the time they don't even know what they mean, and half the time they aren't what they say they are, which is fun. But nowadays it's pretty accepted, and it's a huge boom, and it's funny too, because we joke around in the tattoo and the body mod community about, you're unique, you're a special snowflake, just like everybody else, but, there's still an undercurrent of extremity, where people like really are pushing it with implants and piercings and facial tattoos and things. And personally, it's not for me, but it is for a lot of my clientele, so to each his own.